Alright guys, what's going on? So in this video, I'm going to talk about setting up your team. One of the things that most e-commerce store owners fail to do is set up the entire system from scratch. Okay, so most people, they launch a store and they have some sales coming in, and then once again, they have all these customers that they have to take care of. Now, what do you do when you have all these customers that you don't take care of? You know, news spreads fast and people start talking and they stop referring their friends from buying your products. 2 weeks later, 2 to 3 weeks later, you usually end up getting lots of refunds and chargebacks, okay? And that really hurts your bottom line and also scalability. So what I'm gonna talk to you guys today is about how you can set up a system and a process to making everything transition smoothly from setting up the store to actually taking care of your customers, your customer support, and getting things going maintenance-wise so that you can scale, okay? So the thing that prevents store owners from scaling is that they don't have the proper customer support. And as a matter of fact, that's actually one thing that we specialize in is our customer support. We have about 500 virtual assistants that work in our company called Stealth Agents. And so we've actually helped some business owners in e-commerce and some really big e-commerce stores as well scale their brands by providing this customer support and putting these customer support in place. Now, what happens here is that typically when you're just starting out, okay, this is what really happens. When you're first starting out, you go into a place called Upwork, okay? Or you go to like Craigslist or Fiverr or any other company out there that has like 1 or 2 VAs, okay? Now, here's the problem with this. When you go to these different places, there's really no management, okay? When you go to these places, you alone, you're right here, okay? And you're getting pulled in all different directions. All right, you're trying to manage the people on Upwork, you're trying to manage the people on Fiverr, the people that you got on Craigslist, and then some other VAs that you got from other companies, and you're trying to manage all these different VAs. Okay. Now, what happens here is that typically, let's say this is the Philippines, okay, and there's like other different islands and stuff like that. Now, if you're over here and you have a VA in Manila, for example, okay, and then you have another VA down here, another VA over here, another VA over here, another VA here and here. Now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different VAs, okay? You have 6 virtual assistants, but it's only one of you, okay? Now that's a problem because what happens here is that you end up having to manage all these different VAs in possibly different areas, different internet speeds, different everything, okay? And so this is a problem. When it comes to management, it's very difficult to train everyone all in one time because this person here might work only specific hours. This one here, specific hours. This one here, maybe at nighttime. This person here maybe works during the day. So you have all these different types of mismanagement happening. Communication ends up breaking, okay? So basically you have your communication right here, and what happens here is that you end up breaking it. A lot of you guys are probably like nodding your head. You're like, yeah, exactly. That's what's happening right now in my business. I have like 20 VAs. I've heard this horror story many times. I have 20 VAs, but they're all over the place, all over different places in the Philippines. And you might be getting them from Upwork, which I'm not going to say it's bad. When you're first starting, you need something, right? You need at least a few VAs to help you out. But as you're scaling, that could be a huge problem. And this is the reason why for us, what we do is we have all of our VAs in one central office. And we have about 500 VAs right here in the Philippines. We have 500 plus that work in our office. We have 3 floors. As a matter of fact, we're opening 2 more buildings with another 3 floors each, totaling 9 floors total in this one location. And so we keep everything centralized and we have a system and a process for scale. Okay, so most people when they go out there, you either hire in-house. You're either going to hire in-house, meaning that you're going to hire a staff in your office, okay? What that happens, what happens there is that if your staff in the office is just that staff right there, it's going to increase that overhead cost as well, especially when you need to scale and you need to get more people. One person here in the US is equal to about 10 people in the Philippines. So imagine that cost starts to increase, right? And that eats up into your 20-30% profit margin in e-commerce. And so what happens there is that you start becoming less and less profitable, and your margins end up becoming, really, really slim. And it's very difficult to scale that way. Versus if you had a team in the Philippines and you're able to scale faster and faster and faster, utilizing the system. We actually had one of our clients, he had about 20 VAs like all over the place. But then we were able to replace that with our own in-house agents that take care of everything. All our in-house customer support agents that take care of everything from start to finish. And not only that, there's also something special to this whole equation. Okay, this is how we make things work here. So, for example, when we're doing Viking AF, we're gonna go and create our customer support team. Now, in our customer support team, let's say it's just email support, right? So this one client of ours, he had about 7,000 emails that were past due, and so he needed to take care of those as soon as possible. Otherwise, merchant accounts and chargebacks and all kinds of things start happening, and then you start losing merchant accounts. You start, it's a nightmare, okay? Because then you have to apply for more merchant accounts, and then you have to do all these refunds and chargebacks. You end up losing more money at the end of the day by not having that taken care of. So we stepped in there. We took our team, our system, our process, the thing that we built for the past 8 years, and we put that in place. And basically, we were able to fix that system right away. So we went from about 7,000 unclaimed, unanswered, open tickets that could be very problematic, even products that haven't been shipped out, refunds, chargebacks, all that stuff, and we brought it down to about 100 per day. And imagine, this is still flowing. It flows in every single day as fast as you can imagine. But we're able to bring it down to roughly about 100 a day, manageable, so that we can actually reply to these super, super fast. We even ended up zeroing them out as well during certain days. Okay, so this is how our system works. Now, I recommend you take some notes, get a notepad, and try to jot down your own system and how you can create your own system for your own e-commerce scalability. Okay, because once the sales start coming in, you have to take care of them. You have customers that are emailing, that are giving you phone calls, going on social media. Okay, you have to be able to take care of those. So this is how it works. Within our email support, we have our general manager, and that general manager is in the Philippines. So she handles all of our office operations, the hiring process with our HR team and everything else like that. So it's all taken care of. Under our general manager, we have our account managers, and those account managers take care of all the workers that are doing, for example, email support. So we have the same exact setup for phone support, for Facebook comments, for product research, social media posting, and our fulfillment team. We have the same exact setup, the same 3-tier setup. We have the general manager, we have the account manager, and then we have the workers. Okay, and then here in our New Jersey office, we have our director of accounts, and that director of accounts handles all of the accounts based on what the account manager and the GM is working on. Okay, and so it's kind of like that whole process, that flow. And this is the reason why we're able to scale these e-commerce brands super, super fast, is because we have this system and process in place. So some of you guys might be thinking like, yeah, I'm scaling, but then all of a sudden, about 1 month later, we shut down because merchants are shutting us down. Merchants are holding us our funds. Merchants are like, doing this, and that because we're not taking care of our customers right away. And we have a backlog of all these emails and issues and support, things like that. So, kind of a shameless plug, but if you are having those issues, hit us up over at Stealth Agents, and our director of accounts can actually help take care of you. Okay. But moving forward, now this is our system. This is our system for everything that we use here in our company. For the Facebook comments, like I said, same thing. We have someone that is like a manager for the Facebook comments that takes care of all these things. We use a software called Reamaze, and they go out there and they make sure that all the comments are taken care of. We also use another software called Hootsuite as well, which can also help take care of the Facebook comments and messages and things like that. For phone support, same deal. We have one really good account manager that used to work in all these different call centers, AT&T, Teleperformance, like all these different call centers and things like that. So we've hired this one manager that just does that, okay? And then for product research, we have someone in-house just doing the product research. So if you guys watch my previous video about doing some product research, I think I found like 3 products. My product research team will actually go in there and add similar products to the ones that I've just added onto the store. And they know exactly how to do it. They've been trained for about 5-6 years now in just doing product research. For the social media posting, we have the same thing. Same team, right? Account manager, and then we have the workers. And so they take care of posting onto Facebook and posting onto Instagram, posting onto Pinterest, onto Twitter, any of our social media platforms that we have. That's what they do. They post content every single day. They write the content, they post the content, and then we run the ads to that content as well. Now the fulfillment team, this is where we have someone that goes out there and sources products. And the fulfillment team, once we have that person, all they do is they just go out there and they source products and they find products, and they're constantly sourcing them from our suppliers, right? And so we use another dropshipping supplier, which I'll show you guys later on how that works. And basically what they do is they take products from AliExpress and they try to source them so that we can ship them faster. Okay, our products that we ship to the US, anywhere between 3 to 10 business days to the US. 3 is if we're using like DHL. 10 business days, usually on average, that's what we're ending up with. And that's our fulfillment team. So now that we have all of this, we have our customer support team, we have our store team, now we can dominate the markets, right? And so imagine being able to do this multiple times, creating multiple stores, creating multiple ads, taking care of all the customers all in one place. Because if you have multiple stores, you're going to want to take care of all of your customers. You don't want to leave them hanging. Okay, and this is the system that we've created. So like I mentioned here, okay, you don't want to be in a position where you have, like, for example, you have 6 VAs and you only have 1 you. You don't want that. Communication ends up dropping, okay? Where you have all these different VAs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in different places, I could imagine it's very difficult for you to scale. You're probably managing right now. You're quote unquote, you're managing right now. But in the long run, you don't want to spend your entire time managing this. You don't want to create a job for yourself. You want to create a process and you want to create a system that it runs by itself altogether, okay? You don't want to create this additional job for yourself where you have to constantly check, you have to constantly do meetings, you have to constantly train and say, why are you doing this way? Why are you doing this that way? So that's why we have our director of accounts, okay? Now, in a bigger picture, this is how it works, okay? Let's say we have our director right here. They basically talk to whoever is in charge of your customer support manager, okay? And from here, they basically, the director talks to our GM, general manager, okay? From our general manager talks to our managers, okay? And from our manager, they talk to our workers, okay? So basically, how it works as stealth agents, how we do it, is that your customer support person never has to talk to our general manager or managers or our workers, because they don't want to have that headache, right? You don't want to have that headache of, okay, now we have to talk to all the workers and train all the workers. We don't want to have to constantly do that. That's why we have the system in place where your customer support manager, whoever that is, whoever's your best customer support person, will talk to our director as stealth agents, and then they'll go through to the general manager, our general manager, which will then talk to our managers inside of the customer support team, and then talk to all of our workers that are doing the work. This way, communication is flowed seamlessly, and you're not creating a job for yourself where it's one of you and 6 VAs that you're trying to manage all by yourself. Or instead of 6 VAs, let's say 20 VAs, right? Or 30 VAs, all in different locations in the Philippines. And so that can cause a huge problem in your business. So if you are, like I said, shameless plug, if you are looking for that, let us know. Head over to stealthagents.com and we'll help you with that. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.
Hoping you could one day finally solve all of your customer support issues? Scale your business using stealth agents and see why 7 to 8 figure companies come to us when they need help with their customer support. Visit stealthagents.com and talk to one of our account directors today.